Right now at 5:30, we are on the campaign trail tonight. Republicans rally in Connecticut as the chairman of the Republican National Committee came back. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Zinni.
And I'm Stephanie Simone. Rana McDonald flew in today to give a boost to several Republican candidates. Chief political reporter Susan Raff is live in New Britain, where the rally is just wrapping up. Susan.
Stephanie, this is now Ronna McDaniel's second trip to Connecticut. She was here in March, and she came to New Britain. And behind me is the RNC Community Center. This opened in March, and it was actually the grand opening when McDaniel came here. And what the effort is trying to reach out to Black and Latino voters here in this area, hoping to get their support in November's election. Now, the message that McDaniel had here today was very similar to what we heard back in March, and that is they feel the Democrats are ruining this country. They point to things like record inflation. They also say that drugs and crime coming in from border states, and also the fact that people cannot simply afford to live in Connecticut. They say that the average person in Connecticut is spending some $700 more a month. So it seems that once again we are hearing Republicans focusing on the economy to get into November's election.
We have to remember the Democrats have had the reins of power. They've had it in Connecticut, they've had it in Washington, and so the problems we're facing are their fault. You know, we don't love playing the blame game all the time, but they have put us in this situation where families are really hurting. The average Connecticut family right now is paying $700 more a month.
Connecticut also seems to be a focus point for the RNC. In fact, we found out today that they are pumping more money into Connecticut than they have in many years, and mainly because they see some vulnerable seats that they feel that Republicans could win. One of them is George Logan, a Republican who is running against Congresswoman Jahana Hayes in the 5th District. And they also feel that Mike France, who is running against Joe Courtney in the 2nd District, could pull off a victory. But obviously, or clearly, a race that everyone seems to be talking about, and that is the race for U.S. Senate between Dick Blumenthal and Leora Levy, a conservative who surprised some when she won the Republican primary. And today, Levy spoke at the event and said she will take a personal pleasure of defeating Dick Blumenthal in November. And coming up later on Eyewitness News, we will have interviews with both Logan and Levy. We are live in New Britain tonight. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right.